Here we go. Right up here on top, again, it's prompting us and it actually gives us an option to drop case logic, a template right into our program. So, I mean, hey, if it's there, let's take it, right? And, this has to be something similar to what you were expecting after my thorough and detailed explanation. I'm sure I painted you a very good picture. But let's set this up to do something, right? So we've already got an integer in our system. Let's take val1, and we're going to evaluate val1 for, several different values. And what kind of values do we want? Well, I don't know. Let's be silly. Let's have 100, 200, and we can do a 300, okay? I'm not going to give us just a ton of cases because there's no point. If you can understand one or two, you can understand them all. And, here we go. If it's equal to 1, we can do something here. So, what will we do? Let's say val4 equals val4 equals 1. And I will copy that statement, Control C, and I'll paste it under case 3 and case 2 and give them different values. So I'll put a 2 and a 3 under each of those. And then I will even give us an else. So Control V, and otherwise I'll have it equal, let's go something wonky, okay? 999, perfect. So this should make sense. If we're looking at val1, if it's equal to 100, then we should be setting val4 to 1. If it's equal to 200, we should be setting val4 equal to 2. If it's equal to 300, we should be setting val4 equal to 3. And if it's not equal to any of that stuff, then val4 should equal 999, okay? I mean, that is a pretty simple down and dirty demo right there. Let's run it up, the flagpole, and see if it flies. Yeah, everything looks good, and we've got our simulate button enabled again. That's exactly what we want to see. And I'm sure it's probably going to make a search for it again, right? If it decides to do anything, it's compiling. Don't tell me I've got any errors. I know this is an easy program to write. Good. Oh, and you're not going to make me search for it either. Nice, I like that. And start the module, finish. Everything's good. Go online. And, all right, let's get into our watch table and see things work. So we need to look for val1 and val4, and that's really all we're messing with right now. So let's go ahead and set these things up. We've got val1 and we've got val4, and let's start monitoring. Okay, right now val1 is equal to 0, so val4 is equal to 999. And we remember why that is, I'm sure, because we were looking for it to be 100, 200, 300, and if val1 wasn't equal to any of those, then we're supposed to set val4 to 999. And if it is any of those, we're supposed to set it to basically 1% of its value is what that comes out to be. So let's check and see what happens. I'm going to modify my val1 and say, let's make it equal to 33 and send that in. Val4 is still 99. All right, let's try 100. Oh, now val4 became 1. 200. Val4 became 2. 300. Val4 became 3. And 400. Val4 became 999 because we did not build a case for 400. So that is how a case statement works. Something else I want to show you. You see right here how it says statement section case 1, statement section cases 2 through 4, and blah blah blah. Well, that's an interesting thing. That is called a comment, okay? And anytime you put 2 forward slashes in there, basically anything else you write after the line is a comment. And I can put a comment pretty much anywhere. Like right after this of, I can say, look, Ma, a case statement. See, and that doesn't affect my program whatsoever. So if I need to just, throw myself in there a little note because I don't remember, what I was doing or what I was thinking at the time, or if I want to use this as a means of documenting my code, either way, those comments can come in handy. So that's kind of cool. And the last thing I'll show you is, you see we've got this else, and that's what's setting our 999. Well, watch this. We can just, boom, take that else right out of there. And I'll even get rid of our comments just to clean up our code so you can really just see this thing without any obstruction, okay? That is really what we're working with right here. That is our case statement. And I just got rid of the else part of that. So let's go ahead and load it and we'll see what happens. So now we should only get a value set on val 4 if val 1 is equal to 100, 200, or 300. Otherwise, val 4 should just remain whatever it was the last time we set it. So right now, val 4 is equal to 999. Let's set val 1 equal to 100. And now it goes to 1. Now let's set it to 76. And val 4 doesn't care. Val 4 just stays right there. Set val 1 to 300. Now we got val 4's attention. It popped up to number 3. And then we kick val 1 all the way down to 0. And once again, val 4 doesn't have any exception handling written into that case statement. So if it's not explicitly one of the 3 options that we defined, nothing's going to happen. It's just going to sit there. So that is a case statement.